We begin tonight at 6 with a teenager, tonight charged as an adult in a shooting involving IMPD over the weekend. No officers were hurt, but 3 teens were taken to the hospital. We'll have more details on that story for you in a moment.
And it's just the latest incident of violence against police officers in our community, and it comes the very same week that a Beech Grove police officer was shot and killed in the line of duty. Tonight, our Jenna Webster heard concerns from law enforcement and what they want to see done as a result.
Amid memories shared of a life cut short.
How do we try and prevent this from occurring in the future?
The Beech Grove police chief paused his eulogy for Officer Brian Elliott, expressing frustration, calling for reform of the criminal justice system.
It is time to hold accountable those who hold a propensity for violence so that they cannot assault or kill another innocent victim.
It is telling that the chief had to use time while honoring a fallen officer to address the obvious challenges that must be solved to protect cops, communities, and kids.
FOP President Rick Snyder now sharing his own frustrations with violence against police.
Now action needs to be taken.
It also comes the same day a 16-year-old is charged as an adult, accused of shooting at IMPD officers over the weekend.
When you start interjecting firearms with juveniles who are expressly prohibited by law from being in possession of those guns, the law even says it's a dangerous possession just merely because of their age and the illegal nature of the possession. That isn't the time for playing games. That's not the time for a hug.
Snyder blames it on what he calls a court system revolving door. He's advocating for several pieces of legislation he believes will help officers, including a constitutional amendment on the November ballot. It would allow judges to deny bail for certain defendants. Snyder points to a recent change increasing bail in Marion County.
And this is making a tremendous difference on those lower level felony offenses, which can help prevent those higher level felony crimes.
He wants to see officers stay safe, but is optimistic about the city's homicide rate, saying it's on trend to continue declining. In Indianapolis, Jenna Webster, 13 News.
And now back to the 16-year-old charged tonight as an adult accused of shooting IMPD officers.
It happened Saturday night near 10th Street and German Church Road. That's on the far east side of Indianapolis. Now, Ashton Hackman explains why police say they were already following the teen.
Court documents show police were following a car with 16-year-old Jamar Neal and 3 others Saturday night. IMPD says hours earlier, 2 of the teens were involved in a deadly shooting on Webster Avenue. Officers tried to stop the car using a grappling device near 10th Street and German Church Road. Police say that's when Neal leaned out of the passenger window and fired several shots at officers. Police say officers fired back, hitting 2 of the teens who survived. The grappling device brought the car to a stop. Officers detained Neal and 2 other juveniles. The 21-year-old driver tried to run, but investigators say he was tased and hit with less lethal rounds before being taken into custody. Inside the car, police say they found a rifle and 2 handguns. Investigators also say one of the teens had a machine gun conversion device. According to court documents, officers later heard Neal tell a nurse at the hospital he shot back and claimed he did not know it was the police.
Neal is being held in the Adult Detention Center in Marion County. He is set to make his initial court appearance Friday morning. In Indianapolis, Ashton Hackman, 13 News.
Tonight, IMPD looking for 3 people that they say ran from the scene of a crash that involved a stolen car, all unfolding around 1 o'clock today. Police tell us detectives tried to make a traffic stop near 38th and Post Road when the driver sped off. Shortly after, they say they found that vehicle crashed here into this tree. This is at 38th and Shadeland. Police tell us they believe the car is involved in a shots fired incident from earlier today.
Tonight, a man is sentenced to 6 years in the Indiana Department of Correction for hitting and killing a man with his car. A judge convicted Jerry Alexander for leaving the scene of an accident resulting in death. All of this happening back in 2024 on the west side of Indy. This is surveillance video from a nearby business showing the moments before Alexander hit Roy Hodges, killing him. Police say investigators found broken plastic pieces from the car on the road and then tracked it back to Alexander.
Well, our forecast over the next 24 hours is one that's really going to be improving, even more so than it was today. 40s and 50s currently. They will drop into the 30s for tonight as we lose any little bit of cloud cover that's out there right now. I think we'll see our overnight low temperature very close to freezing for the overnight. But look, we're going to take this number and we're going to add 30 on top of that, which means that by tomorrow afternoon, with plenty of sunshine in our forecast, we're looking at temperatures into the 60s. This doesn't last very long, though. By the time we get into the weekend, snow is in the forecast. I'll cover that in just a few.